What is something that happens at casinos that is hidden from the public? All the seats they have to replace because of the shockingly high number of PPL that evacuate their bladders and bowels in them. I wandered down to the basement of MGM from a truck ramp and man, it was like a whole city down there. Imagine a massive warehouse with roads and offices and supplies everywhere. The opposite of the glitz going on above it. Suicides. Properties go to great lengths to hide these events from the public, given how bad for business it is. But it happens, and quickly taken care of. It's a very open but grim secret amongst casino workers apparently. Old people dying. What is a movie fight scene that you rate 10 out of 10? Maul vs. Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon. Dread Pirate Roberts vs. Inigo Montoya. The Raid 2 kitchen fight. Kill Bill Volume 1 when the bride fought the Crazy 88. Achilles vs. Hector in Troy. Roddy Piper and Keith David in They Live. Matrix lobby and roof sequence from 1999. You know that final shot as the elevator doors close and a couple of bricks on the pillar in the foreground fall off? That was unintentional. It wasn't planned at all, but it worked so well they kept it. Ong Bak, the Fight Club scene. The church fight in Kingsman. The hallway fight from Oldboy, 2003. For survivors of attempt kidnapping, how did you escape? Never go to a second location, even if they threaten you. The chances of them killing you in the middle of the street is less likely than them killing you once they get you in the basement. Guy at a club and his mix of friends was insistent about coming back to a party. I politely declined. Didn't think much of it. They got increasingly aggressive about it, to a physical extent, and I left. Walking back home, I realized they were following me in their car. Dashed down the road through the mid-path of a packed apartment complex and just started yelling like crazy. No one actually responded or poked their head out, or maybe they just didn't hear me. But it sparked the escape reflex of the creeps and I hid in a bush until my heart slowed down. Jumped the fence of someone's property risky in its own right, wandered through a field, avoiding the main roads, and circled back to a side street to home. Lucky I knew the area better than they did. Movie buffs of Reddit. What are the greatest last 10 minutes of any movie in your opinion? The Prestige. What a roller coaster that ending is. The standoff in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Everything about that scene, from the cinematography, the score, to the tension is sheer perfection. Edit. Spelling. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. The tapes are absolutely tear-jerking. What a loss to spend that much time with someone, only to find out that she's a stranger. It might be the last 20 minutes but hot fuzz. The Departed. One oh shit moment after another. The Usual Suspects. Say 7N is one that comes to mind. Granted it may be more like 20 minutes but that ending still fucks me up. I just saw Whiplash for the first time. The last scene was absolutely incredible. What sound could immediately make your heart drop? Police sirens while I'm driving. My dog starting to barf at 3:30 a.m. The sound of my wife having another seizure. She started having unexplained seizures after having our son in 2020. She went from never having seizures to having a 100% chance of a seizure if she misses one dose of her medicine, Keppra. She makes a distinctive noise as she is about to have a seizure. I've gotten to the point where I can hear it across the house. I even heard it while I was on a WebEx with my boss once and I ran out of the room and got to her before she fully fell over. I hate that noise. During bouts of anxiety and when things are not going great at work. The sound of a new email. I once stepped on my cat's tail when she was a kitten and I've never heard a more heartbreaking cry from her. It's almost like she was asking what did I do? Dripping water where there really shouldn't be water.